What's up, boxing bros and boxing broheads? Getting ready for a little football. Gonna be watching football all day long, baby. But just wanted to hit you guys up a couple more times. I know I may be a little late to the party, but this is something I talk about a lot. One of the things I don't like in the sport of boxing, and especially amongst the fans, is the tribalism in boxing and just the racism in boxing. A couple of weeks ago, I think it's been a couple of weeks now, it just recently came out last week. Michael Rapaport, who is he's a boxing fan, he's a well-known actor, comedian. I don't know if y'all remember him from that movie Zebrahead back in the day. Oh, he was Remy in Higher Learning, the kid that turned into the white supremacist in the movie. He was very outspoken about the Mayweather-McGregor fight. Now, this is a man that historically has always bet against Floyd Mayweather. I remember that. He always rooted against Floyd. But in this particular fight, he was rooting for boxing. And he said Floyd was going to win. He was going to knock him out or prolong the beatdown in over 12 rounds. He was going for Floyd. Kid you not, I'm not making this up. On his Twitter account, social media, there were McGregor fans leaving him, messages and tweets saying that he was a traitor to the race, a race traitor. He was an N lover. Yeah, he was a nigger lover. I'm going to say it. And he loved black, let's insert a slang word for a male phallus. I'm not going to say that on my video, but something that you may call a chicken or a bird, which I don't know. That's another thing. What is it about some of these fans? They always got to throw in the homoerotic innuendos when they say, that you like another fighter. But hey, that's on y'all. Hey guys, do as thou wilt. That and see, people try to say that it doesn't exist in boxing. Tribalism and racism doesn't exist in boxing. But there you have it. Perfect example. Just because in these fans' mind, just because McGregor is an Irish or Caucasian fighter and another Caucasian man went with the black fighter or the actual boxer in a boxing match, guys, it could have been that. This is a guy, McGregor, that hasn't boxed before. He's an MMA fighter and it's different than boxing. And he's going up against the best boxer of this generation of the past 20 years. So maybe that's why Michael Rapaport picked him. I don't think it had anything to do with him being a race traitor or an N-word lover. But hey, maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't know. But this is just a perfect example, guys, that racism and tribalism does still exist in boxing and in combat sports. And it's really sad that, some people will put aside all the different variables, the skill sets. The fact that it's two different arenas. This is like a rugby player going in and starting in a mid-season NFL game against seasoned NFL players. It's the same. It's two different sports. Yeah, they're a little similar. They have, the ball is shaped the same, similar goals within the game. They're still fundamentally different. So you can't expect this guy from rugby to go over fresh from rugby and be able to be effective in the NFL. I mean, it may be even worse in boxing for an MMA guy to go right over to boxing because there's so many different skill sets that an MMA fighter has to have. Or I guess they're super casuals or MMA fans, because it was some MMA fans that, rightfully so, it was some MMA fans that have a little more sense and more brain cells than these other people do that said, oh man, McGregor's going to get trashed. Like, you're limiting his skill set and he's going into a boxing ring with Floyd Mayweather. What do you think is going to happen? But to some of these people, that couldn't have been it. It was a race thing and they made it very obvious. And they said it, they tried to hide like it wasn't, but they let it be known when a well-known celebrity, he didn't roll with the quote unquote his race, his side. Just stupid. Like, they wanted him to, or he's supposed to. You're supposed to. If I'm black, obviously, I'm supposed to always roll with the black fighter because that's my race. He's got the same skin color, so that's who I gotta roll with. Or he's my countryman. Then that's not as bad. I understand it. But even still, when you look at all the variables and you break it down, and You look at the skill sets of the different fighters. You got to base it off of that. Now, some people just like to get drunk and have fun and just get behind somebody, root for somebody that looks like them from the same country. That's cool. But when you start getting into you're a traitor to your race, you're a N-word lover, you like black, penises or whatever. I don't understand. What does that have to do with anything? Like it's just ridiculous and it's childish. And these are grown men saying this kind of stuff. Like, really, dudes, y'all probably, have families. You're married with kids, have decent jobs, and you're going around and you're conducting yourself like this. Now, this is funny. This is something that me and one of the boxing bros, Tom, we were talking about, and I talk about it to other boxing bros. It's just this whole athlete, idolizing athletes as a grown man. It's just weird. You can like LeBron James. I like, Dallas Cowboys. I like the Dallas Cowboys as a team, but no one is above critique, and no one is infallible, I guess you could say. Like, these dudes don't, put food on my table, money in my pocket. I don't care what they do in their private lives, and whether they lose or win, it doesn't make me or break me. I'm not gonna throw a fit and break my TV like some of these people do, or harm myself like some of these people do when their guy loses. It's just ridiculous. And it's even worse. These are grown ass men doing this. Y'all dudes are weird. Okay? We need to start calling these people out. Y'all are weird, y'all are strange. When you start getting to the homoerotic stuff, hey, that's if that's what you do in your private life, that's what you do. But when it comes to sports and you start getting into all that weird stuff and, you just a black lover and all of this, come on, man. Y'all too old for that. But, for some reason, it's something about boxing. It's something about boxing that pulls the veil back and shows people's true colors. It's always been like that with boxing, ever since Jack Johnson, the first prominent black athlete, black heavyweight champion. It's always been like that, ever since. It's strange that over 100 years later, it's still the same. But that's all I got for that, you guys. Just wanted to touch on that a little bit. Be looking out for that Canelo versus Triple G breakdown analysis. I'm going to give a little history as well in that video. As always, share, like, comment, and subscribe. It's the Bro Hammer signing out.